'cause I never judged you. Now enough, do what you got to do. Like it or not, I guess it was always true. Don't want you, don't need to, never loved you. Untrue, 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 untrue. Can't stand seeing you in this state, but you never signed a dotted line that sealed your fate. Be sure I'll always feel the same way about you. Don't want you, don't need to, never loved you. Untrue, untrue, untrue,
Oh, it is what it is. And we are here to bring you more alive racing. Thank you very much for tuning in to Tarnation TV, the YouTube channel to end all YouTube channels. Friday night broadcast, a little bit different, but the Fast and Furious Truck Series here at Talladega Nights. Last minute request to commentate this thing. So my name is, what's my name? Let's see. Maybe I'll just stick with the real names. My name is Blaine Donlin. I'm joined with my best friend in the whole wide world, Brad. Sir, how are you this evening?
I'm just happy to be here, sir. Looking forward to a good race tonight. Truck racing a little bit outside of the norm for Tarnation TV, but you know what? Never a better place to start, right?
Yeah, when there's, this thing, anything you want to drive in this game, it exists. So, I mean, trucks are a whole lot of fun. It's definitely a nice change of scenery, but we are still racing at Talladega because it's one of the most fun tracks in this video game that is now 20 years old, which we like to call NASCAR Racing 2003 season. What a handle.
That's right. That triple oval is a tried and true, a fan classic.
It's a monstrosity. Oh, we had some tunage at the start of the broadcast here. They're about to bring me down into the driver room here shortly, but who's the musical sponsor of the evening?
That's our boys from Kingston, Ontario. That's Rise of Dissension, the heaviest band this side of the periodic table of elements. So heavy that you got to lift with your knees. That's how heavy these guys are.
I ordered a CD from them once. They delivered it on a pallet.
Right? You have your own forklift.
Yeah, they delivered it on a forklift, and they put it in the mailbox, and I had to buy a new mailbox because it's that heavy.
And then it broke your Discman. Walkman. Jeez.
Oh, wow.
That's going back a ways.
You said that out loud.
I did. That's how old.
that is old. Oh man, I just threw up I just threw up. Maybe I'll finish the sentence. I just threw up the current season's points on screen there for the Truck Series. Join us tomorrow night, Saturday evening, for the Shake and Bake Series race number 9. Tonight is the Fast and Furious Truck Series race number 9. So the official point standings after 8 races. Basically, I don't know if you're looking at what I'm looking at.
I've got it right here. Greg Lovell in first place handily with about a 62-point lead.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
With 3 wins.
Points. Yes. Oh, yeah. No, absolutely. 3 wins, which is no small feat. So it's a tough, it's tough competition out there. He's got to be the best of the best.
Him, if you want to get second, I suggest you follow Greg.
Right?
That's
Ken Roberts,
possibly the easiest way to do it. So, sorry,
Denny Carroll. Oh no, Ken Roberts and Denny Carroll, a close second. But yeah, Greg Lovell with the lead there. But you know what? There's a lot that are in the running still, right? I don't know at this point. After 8 races, I'm guessing Lovell would have to pretty well drop out entirely to not win it at this point. Or I don't know how. What's as a complete ignoramus to this sport? What's the point spread in the game? What's between first and last?
Well, see, the way that these guys are running this series, the same thing they do with the series on Saturday nights, is the drivers highlighted in green, the top 10 at the end of 10 races. Once those points are official from the final race, that is pretty much, points will stop being tracked. Those 10 drivers will, if they show up, compete in race 11. The top 5 of those 10 go on to race number 12, and then the first place out of the last 5 will win the championship. But you're also still dealing with a 40-car field sometimes, so it's kind of going to be a race within a race. It's really exciting.
I was going to say, because they're not going to be running a race with only 5 cars.
No, they're going to those championship contenders have to run within a full field. So when those race number 10 is done, for race 11 and 12, I'll have those names basically baked right onto the screen. So you can watch the race, but you can also see who's fighting to stay alive.
I like it. I can't wait for that. That's what we got. So after tonight, and we got one more race, and then that'll determine who's going to make it onto the 11 and 12, obviously. So
yeah, and with the Truck Series, to say the least, the Truck Series, this is only the second broadcast in the Truck Series. But definitely for the Saturday night race, we've basically been hired to do the entire season, all 12 races. So that definitely tune in on Saturday nights. Tarnation TV is where it's at if you need to watch one of the fastest growing leagues in this sim, Talladega Nights.
Right.
Been around for a year and a bit, but I mean, I'm looking at that TeamSpeak room right now, and there's 35 drivers tonight.
That's not a bad start.
Jeffrey Elliott's knocking on the blimp door because we're high above the world. What can I do
The
for
man
you, man?
himself.
You know, I had to seriously run over here quick, get out of my car. But are you ready for driver introductions, young man?
Yes, sir.
Are we live on air right now?
You know, as a matter of fact, we are.
Well, that's awesome. I just want to say hello to everybody. If anybody's out there watching us, these are your drivers for tonight's race. So I'm gonna bring you up right now. You want me to bring both of y'all, or just one?
Sure. Yeah, Brad, you can just mute your mic, but if you want to get up there and listen,
Sounds good.
I'll take care of the talking.
Sounds good. Go for it.
At your leisure, Mr. Elliott. Driver introductions.
Dear Chris, good luck to you, brother.
All right, drivers, we have brought Blaine Donlin in the driver's room. So, Blaine, go ahead and say.
Good evening, guys. Another full roster tonight. This is going to be fantastic. Broadcasting a truck race on Friday, so I'll keep it short and sweet and give it back to Jeff. Shining side up, keep it between the stripes, and good luck to everybody involved.
Well, thanks, Blaine. Again, it's always a pleasure having you broadcasting our race at Talladega Nights, guys, and audience. These are your drivers for tonight. So we're going to start with my good friend, Pat.
Good evening, everyone. Pat McCarsky, Brownsburg, Indiana, driving the Talladega Nights, Tarnation TV, Wounded Warriors, K9 Project, Dodge Ram 0.
Gary Heiser, number 3, Good Ranch Chevrolet, Mount Sterling, Kentucky.
Bobby Farrell, Frederica, Delaware, number 7, Cummins Throwback Ford F-150.
Chris Elliott driving the number 9 red Dodge Doritos truck from Mooresville, North Carolina.
Larry Wyndham, Blue Mountain, Mississippi, driving the 09 Chevrolet.
Gary the Slingshot Mingus from Tallahassee, Florida, driving the number 12 Bunny Bread Flowers Bakery Group's Dodge Ram.
Good evening, everybody. Truck number 20, Randy Claflin from Cutlerville, Michigan, the Miller High Life Ford F-150. Hope you enjoy the race tonight.
Randy Waugh driving the 21 Dodge Charger. I'm from Huntsville, Alabama, and I want to shout out to Zach, Debbie, and Corey.
22, Greg the Rocket Palmer, driving a 22 Hooters Chevy Silverado.
Got Billy Elliser driving the number 26 Flintstone Chevy.
Mark Pagley from Gainesville, Georgia, driving the 28 Motorcraft Wood Brothers Ford.
Rodney Sullins, Bentonville, Arkansas, driver of the number 38 Black Rifle Coffee Chevrolet Silverado.
Denny Carroll driving the 41 Dodge.
Bob Dixon from Macon, Georgia, driving the 43 car. Hello, Tom and Trey.
Josh 2 from Dunn, North Carolina, in Tom Dixon's number 45 BYBExtreme.com Lily Trucking Chevrolet.
Ken Roberts, number 55, driving the Texas Pete Hot Sauce Chevrolet, painted by Rodney Solins.
Jeffrey Elliott, Mooresville, North Carolina, driving the Chevy 56 Hot Pink Mountain Dew ride. Good luck, everybody. Perry Bond, he is in lovely sunny Florida, driving the number 60.
Keith Bynum driving the Hubcap Annie 63 pickup truck, Austell, Georgia.
Ken Huntsberry, driving the number 16, known as Katie.
66.
66 KD, Orrington, Maine.
Outlaw, number 68 from Canada.
Craig Hegley in the 82 Inco Special Metals Ford F-150 out of Paducah, Kentucky.
Mike Mangialardi, Federal Way, Washington, driving the 029 Ford. Give a shout out to my buddies watching at the Rainier Room. Have fun.
Brian Lovell, driving the number 043, Big Stone Gap, Virginia.
Nate Balsa driving the 079 Monster Energy truck out of Edmonds, Washington. I'd like to thank my parents-in-law, my sister, my wife, and daughters for watching. Thanks. Good luck.
Greg Lovell driving the number 088 Chevy Silverado. Good luck, guys.
Chris Hart driving the number 112 Texaco Haviland Ford F-150. Good luck, everybody.
Larry D. Rubenstein driving the 188 Chevy out of Georgetown, Mass. Good luck, drivers.
You can skip the 334. That's my co-host, Brad.
Dan Lovell driving the 388 red Monster Energy truck painted by Frank Divins from Big Stone Gap, Virginia.
Steve Branstetter from Ranelette, Oklahoma, driving the 510 Miller Lite Ford.
John Godfrey, Cornelius, North Carolina, driving the 711 LaJoie Chevy Silverado.
Michael Moore driving the 740 Amp Energy Chevrolet.
Robert Breedlove driving a 931 Diet Pepsi Chevy.
Well, there you go, audience. And Blaine, there's your drivers for tonight's race. Anything you like to say, sir?
No, again, an awesome turnout. Looking forward to a wicked race. So, yeah, thanks again, gentlemen. And let's, what do they say? Kick the tires, light the fires.
Yes, sir. And before you take off, guys, on 3, we're going to send Blaine away with a special thank you. 1, 2, 3. Blaine!
Thank you, Blaine. Blaine, I love you, man.
my biggest fan.
Thank you, Blaine.
You're the catch, Blaine.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Blaine.
Well, there you go. That's how they do it here at Talladega Nights. Let's just hope that they remember to put Brad back down here. A whole pile of drivers tonight. Looks like there's about 36. Hey, he remembered to put you back in the room, back up in the blimp. How you doing, bud?
Hey, just happy to be here.
How are your eardrums after the...
This is not my first rodeo. I've watched a few of these races before, so I knew well in advance to pop my headphones off before that shenanigans took place.
Yes.
I know how much they adore you, your fans, and so I figured, you know what? I'm going to just go ahead and pull these back about 2 inches from my ear.
It's hilarious because, like I said before, that's kind of the reason that we have a volume limiter. Because it gets rather loud.
It's nice to have them be that happy to have you.
That's it, man. Who's knocking on my chamber door? It must be Larry Wyndham.
Here, present.
Exactly. Oh, man. So thanks, Jeff, for sending Larry down. Just seeing. Are you out on the track right now, Larry? Let's see if I can find you.
No, I got it quiet. I got everything shut down so I can hear you.
Oh, right on. Rock and roll. Any crazy plans tonight now that we're driving trucks this evening?
Going to try to qualify best I can, and with 30-something drivers, you need to run up front and hope the wreck's behind you. You know what I'm saying?
With these trucks too, because I remember when they first started the truck series here, they were using, I think, the original CTS mod, but then they switched it to the 2015s. Do you find there's much of a difference in the size of the vehicle?
Well, I like the trucks. I like them better than the cars because they handle better and the draft's a little better, seems like, and I just like the trucks.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of them too. I remember when it was one of the first mods that came out for this thing, and it was so cool to see. And with the physics too, they handle a lot different.
Yep.
And they're a lot of fun to drive, and they are a little bit longer than the cars, I think. Maybe not by much, but it does feel weird how different they actually do feel to drive them.
Now we did have a green flag race the other night, so it could possibly be a totally green flag tonight too.
That's awesome. Are you going to
Well,
promise?
You know, the last 3 out of 4 truck races, I believe, have been caution free, haven't they, Blaine?
Oh, right on.
Oh, you're not out here on Fridays, but yeah, they have been. And
yeah,
knock on wood. Let me do that. Knock on wood again. So we've had some really great Friday races, but we have 36 trucks tonight. Who would have thought that? Holy cow!
For real.
We'll take it. It's going to be fantastic.
I had a rough weekend last weekend. I hope to improve this weekend.
You know, Larry, I think I'm going to run it back. So I'm way in the back tonight. So let this fade out a little bit. Hey, I have a special guest. If you want to wrap it up with Larry. Larry, any call outs, shout outs, and hellos to anybody out there?
Just to my RS soldiers playing Black Hawk Down tonight. Enjoy the race if you're watching.
Thanks, buddy. Blaine, wrap that up, buddy, and I'll send us back.
That's perfect, man. Thanks a lot, Larry. And like I said, good luck with the race. We're definitely going to be watching.
Thanks, man.
It's a special guest coming up. Who's it going to be? Samuel L. Jackson?
Here's hoping.
Yeah. Josh, too, driving the 45 for Mr. Dixon. Live on the air, Tarnation TV. You got me, Josh?
I got you.
Awesome. I guess Tom had to take a weekend off or something, so he lent you the keys to the truck.
That's right. I've heard a lot of great things about racing here, and the opportunity came up tonight, so glad to join all the guys here. I recognize a lot of names, a lot of talent here.
Yeah, this is kind of, it's turned out to be like an all-star team pretty much every time. You've got guys from 6, 7, 8, 9 different leagues will come together here some nights, and it's a blast. You can trust everybody around you. Everybody's got a different driving style, but you got any crazy plans out there? Because are you familiar with some people? Like, are you used to working with some of these guys, or are you just going to try to find your own spot?
I actually recognize a lot of names here. I've raced with several of these guys a really long time, but no, my strategy tonight is to lay back and be careful and just kind of learn, especially at the beginning of the race. I'm in no hurry.
Yeah, that's probably the best way, because we've got, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Jeff, 47 laps on the clock tonight?
Yes, sir. It will be 47 extreme, exciting laps, I'm sure. So I want to thank Josh for coming out. I've been reaching out to him over the last couple of weeks. Man, it's good to see you. Hope you have a good experience tonight. Like you said, it's Talladega with 35, 36 drivers out here. So anything can happen. I hope we stay clean. That's half of it, man, is keeping your truck or car clean, because you need that to have a good finish. So good luck to you tonight, my friend.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Do you have any shout-outs to get anybody?
Wrap this up, and then we got 2 minutes, so wrap this up, Blaine. I'm going to go back up here for a minute.
Perfect. Yeah, thanks for joining us, Josh. Do you have any shout-outs you got to throw down before Jeff puts you back on the track?
No, just thanks to everybody here for having me, and it's good to see so many familiar faces, the Lovell brothers and their family, and lots of guys on here that I've raced with for years.
Awesome, man. Well, have yourself a fantastic race. We'll be watching.
Thank you.
Josh, too, in the 45, covering for Tom, the Batman. That's kind of neat.
The Batman car. I have a soft spot for that one.
I know you do, yeah. But the best part about it is, or I could say it more Canadian. The best part about it, right? No dude about it. He has them. It's the Batman car, but it's got the Marvel Studios across the back.
Even better.
I love it.
Take that, fanboys.
I love it. I know it just makes so many people mad, and like it's just a great franchise. But it's like to see the Marvel. He's actually got 2 versions of that car, and the only difference is one says Marvel and one says DC. But I've actually never seen him race the DC one. Yeah. I have the DC one. It's in the file manager. It's in the opponent manager. But I've never seen him
that one out.
I've never seen him run it. That's awesome. Yeah, so these guys are getting ready to qualify here in less than a minute.
Means we're going to have to drop out shortly, right?
Yeah, we'll have to jump in the cars and abort our runs. That way it speeds up the qualifying sesh.
That's
and
right.
Now that we're officially out of things to talk about, we just sit here and breathe deeply into the microphones.
Let me clear my throat since there's nothing else going on.
Yes, it's...
Let me slurpily drink this water.
Yeah. How was your day, bud? How was your day?
You know, it was another day at the office.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
You?
I don't care. I was...
Yeah, I appreciate you. I appreciate you asking, though.
It was, it's one of those polite things to say. My mom taught me that.
Right? We'll talk about the weather.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of weather.
Yeah.
Talladega Nights, we run... Actually, we don't run realistic weather. This game does have realistic weather. This game has... I keep saying game. It's a simulator.
Simulator, please. Thank you.
Yeah, it simulates everything. So if they run realistic weather, it's just random. It could be a super windy day, whatever. They usually shut that off. So it's clear skies, 70 degrees Fahrenheit, 0 mile per hour winds out of the northeastern, western, south.
That is a direction. I remember that from science.
Yeah, science class clearly states. But it's pretty wild, man. The amount of things that happen in this simulator. If you run like super crazy wind, you'll be carrying so much speed down one of the straightaways because you'll have like a tailwind pushing you.
That is crazy. I'm surprised at this point for all the mods and all the additions they put to this that somebody hasn't gone and put like the weather channel for Talladega tied into the weather for the game. Like that you would just automatically, you fire it up and connect and it says, all right, it's windy and rainy in Talladega today. I don't know if that happens there often, but
I remember somebody telling me about a league that used to do that. Because you can set the weather, so like they go to different tracks, and then he would Google the weather and actually.
So everybody sets it.
Yeah, very neat. It kind
That's
of a neat way to run a league.
Simulation right there, right? Short of putting VR.
And you know what? Somebody made VR work. Yeah, so jump in your car there, dude, and abort your qualifying run.
All right.
But yeah, I mean, you can do it. You can change all those options. You can, like I said, you can set the weather to random, or you can actually,
they put into this game. Like they've gone back and they've made a 20-year-old game look amazing. It runs. This is the first game I installed on a brand new computer, right out of the gate, and it runs at 140 frames a second in crystal clear HD. Like the cars look amazing. And it handles, like they say, the physics, everything they've accounted for in there, plus the amount of work that's gone in after it's been done. It's just, I'm blown away. You don't see a lot of love for games this old. I mean, you've obviously got the big ones, Counter-Strike or, Team Fortress or things like that, where people are putting a lot of mods into them. But like a racing game that's this vintage, like you're not seeing, there's no NHL, or I shouldn't say that. There's no NHL that I know of that's been taken care of like this game has, or any other sport game for that matter, simulator.
No. I wonder too, because this game was abandoned back in 2004 or 5 when they shut down the servers.
Yeah,
and it just became, it's still illegal to do certain things to the game. Like you can't modify the executable too much.
Oh, okay.
There were some lawsuits coming around for that stuff. I mean, they don't care about it anymore. All that stuff's long gone, but.
They don't care about it until it starts taking sales away from NASCAR 2024.
Yeah, which the company that made this went and created iRacing.
Oh, so they're doing okay.
Yeah, it's a pay to play. It's a pay to play thing, and it's massive. It's an amazing game, and like I did subscribe to iRacing for a little while, and playing the NASCAR discipline, it feels exactly like this game. It's very comforting.
No kidding.
Yeah, because you could read what is it, like IndyCars, Rallycross, everything's in that. But NASCAR's great. But this race here, race number 9 of 10. So there's one more week to go. We were talking about it before a little bit. The stats are on the screen.
Jeffrey to Tarnation Tower.
Jeffrey's talking to me. Give me 1 second.
Absolutely.
Jeffrey, go ahead.
Hey, buddy, I just want to know if you can put it out there to the audience. Bill Evans, which is Hemi, the number 33. If you could just do a moment of silence or a prayer out there verbally to his himself and his wife.
Oh, geez. Okay. Yep. No problem, man. Thanks for the heads up.
Yeah, we're all going to do something special, but if you can do that, it'd be great. Thanks.
Yep. No problem. Word from the track surface from Jeffrey Elliott. Bill Hemi Evans, I'm not sure the details, but he's just asking us to moment of silence. So I'm not exactly sure what happened in the Bill Hemi Evans camp, but he's not here today for reasons unbeknownst to us. We won't elaborate on it, but yeah, our thoughts are with you, Bill. And,
hope everything is as good as can be.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, and I mean, we're not going to be, those guys and start speculating and stuff. But yeah, I remember a few weeks back, or maybe even a couple months ago, it was fun because we were in here and Bill was in here, and a bunch of the guys in the room were like, "Is that Bill Hemi?" And Bill's like, right. "Yeah," because he hadn't raced in like 15 years.
Oh, so he's gonna make a comeback, or so to speak.
He was like apparently I didn't know him because when I first started playing this game, I wasn't in a league of any kind.
Oh, okay.
I'll switch the screen back here so you guys can see the qualifying results.
Tarnation TV.
Jeffrey's calling me again. Yeah, go ahead, Jeff.
Hey, I'd like to bring the pole sitter down real quick.
Right on, man. Send him in.
You can keep him for a few minutes while I go to the restroom. I just
Pole
need to find
sitter.
them. There's so many drivers playing.
Pole sitter this evening, Greg Lovell, with a 5.2.436. So we're going to have to talk to him. Another blistering high-speed lap. Hey, Greg, what's happening, buddy?
Hey, Blaine, how's it going, buddy?
Oh, watching some racing on a Friday night. This will be kind of fun watching the trucks go around in circles for a change.
Hold on, Blaine. I got guys talking to me on the whisper. All right, go now. Talk.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I was just going to say it's going to be fun watching the trucks go around in circles on a Friday evening. You got any crazy plans? Because we're looking at the stats, and you're dominating this thing as far as we can see anyway. Like, what do we got here? You got 6 top 10 finishes. You won 3 of them. Race number 2, 3, and 5. So was race number 9 on the list to win?
Oh no, Blaine, if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah, it's like a target on your back.
Yeah. I don't know, man. People just, I think they get tired of it after a while,
Well, they got to figure out how to beat you.
Yeah, but that's understandable, man. Everybody comes here to win. We don't come here to finish 2nd, 3rd, 5th, or 10th. We come here to finish 1st.
Yeah. That's the thing. And if you want to know how to do it, you're the guy to follow. I was saying to Brad here at the start of the race, if you want to come in second, just follow the 088.
That's
I appreciate the kind words, man.
But yeah, man, thanks for talking to us as always, and good luck in the race. We'll definitely be watching. Any shout outs you wanted to toss out?
Frank Devens for my truck. He does a great job painting trucks, man. DSR, all the guys, man. You guys too, man. Y'all do great every week.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And I mean, I'm only as good as the company. And when there's 40 trucks showing up on a Friday night, this is going to be a riot.
And Tally Knights too.
Yeah.
For what they do, man. Jeffrey does a lot. I appreciate it too.
I appreciate that, man. Some nice kind words there. Didn't know, Brad, your mic, I think, stays open all the time.
I've got the mute button on my headset itself, so it'll show. Great. But yeah, I can for temporary setup.
There you go. All right. Well, I'll let you wrap it up, Blaine. I say thanks again, Greg, for the kind words, man. We've tried over here really hard.
Thank you, Jeffrey. Thanks, Blaine.
Yeah, Brad. Thanks, Greg. Good luck out there,
Absolutely.
Bud.
Best of luck, and look forward to watching the race tonight.
Thank you, man.
see if we can get on them. Some of these drivers will come down here and chat with Tarnation TV and not be on the track. So we'll see if Greg goes out on the track. There's only a minute left. He may not do so. But
they get that inside scoop that you only get here on Tarnation TV, not like those other channels.
No, we put everybody else to shame. There he is. He's driving the red, blue, and yellow Tide machine. I love that color scheme.
That is a classic, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. It's an old school Darrell Waltrip. Used to run it in the 70s or 80s. Not a truck, a car, but still. Craftsman Truck Series is a fun one too, because I think it was just a fluke that it became so popular.
Yeah, I think, I don't know what it is about the trucks, but I think NASCAR is fun, but the trucks just looked a little more fun, a little more sporty, I guess, maybe because it wasn't something that, the truck wouldn't have traditionally been like a fast vehicle in terms of like the old hot rod cars. But when you had them racing these guys as a kid, I remember like thinking the trucks were just a little bit more badass than the cars. I don't know specifically why, but it always seemed like, yeah, that's a cool design. That flat, the tonneau cover before that was even a thing with that big spoiler on the back. Like that wouldn't have been a thing when I was a kid. Nobody had unless these guys did.
Right. It might depend on the track too. I know sometimes there's different wings for different size tracks, but like the big speedways got different wings and stuff. But yeah, it's fun to. I don't know the story behind the trucks, but I do remember hearing something like that where it was sort of a fluke that it became so popular and they just made it a full-time series. But the new trucks of 2023 look rad, man. If you get on like Google and Google the new stuff, they look really good. And a little bird told me in the community here, I know some people, there's a mod in the works for the brand new trucks that are coming up, and that'll be sick.
Yeah, I would imagine there's so much love and care put into this game that I'm not even surprised. I mean, it's fantastic news, don't get me wrong, but it's hardly shocking at the state that this game is in right now. Like I say, it constantly blows me away. As well as someone who's just discovering it, I'm amazed by it. The sheer amount of detail and options and the customizations that you can do with not only your vehicle, but the setup and all, right?
Yeah, like everything involved. Like if you want different smoke or different colored grass, like you can change everything about it. And even the new next gen series that they're running now with the cars, the mod was ready to be released when the NASCAR fired it up. And you're just like, man, like they were working on it before there was even, like once the designs were finalized.
Yeah.
They had it in there.
Time to retire.
Time to get in your car and retire, sir. We're getting ready to go green. And make sure you put it back to live.
You know what? I think I'm going to just try my hand at this. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, give it a shot. Yeah, front row.
I'm giving you some action down from the pits.
I'm
too afraid to get on the track.
Make sure you click your replay back to live mode there.
We are currently live.
Start your engine.
Absolutely.
So there's a little thing I was telling you before. If anybody watches like Fox Sports, there's a thing they do called Crank It Up.
Crank it up.
The announcers stop talking because who really wants to listen to us? We'll stay quiet for the first lap. And we're going to go into Crank It Up mode. So what I've done is I've got a button on my computer that will boost the audio so it'll sound awesome. So if anybody out there, yeah, pretty much. If anybody out there has a big sound system and you're watching it on your home theater, we will be quiet, and then it'll say it right on the screen. Crank it up. We'll be quiet for a lap, and if you want to let it rip, do it. And then when I turn it off, I'll give you a couple seconds because nobody needs to hear us at loud volume.
No, you don't want to turn that down.
Turn your stuff down, and we'll whisper for the first 10 seconds.
It's NASCAR in the evening with Blaine and Brad. Some smooth jazz.
We've got an accident already. What the heck is going on back there? We've got Perry Bond and Randy Claflin.
Gonna go back and take a peek at that. See what's happening
in the last row. it probably will not. It won't delay the start because they're in the back row and they're back up there now, so it's okay. Everything's fine. Overreaction.
Oh, okay, just look a little more dramatic.
A little bit, yeah. So we're going to go in to crank it up mode. We'll sit in the cockpit with, let's see, who are we going to sit in the cockpit with? Let's sit in the cockpit with Greg Palmer. And we're going to crank it up. And this is the Fast and Furious Truck Series on Friday night. Thanks for watching. Speak very, very lightly. People still might have their home theater systems cranked.
Shaking the walls.
Shh. But yeah, that's it. So hopefully that worked out pretty good. Currently focused on Greg Palmer as the pack here is on lap number 2, which means lap number 2 is when I fire up my tickers, because they don't really do much for the first lap. So the data is streaming in. And off to a fantastic start. All 36 of these drivers are still stuck together in one gigantic pack.
It is pretty snuggled there.
What's going on at the back? Everybody looks like they're staying with the lead pack so far. I was curious what happened with Perry and in the back there. Hopefully not too much damage. I mean, to have a little bit of a kerfuffle there early. Hopefully no wow. What word am I trying to say?
Some water. Aerodynamic.
Hopefully no aerodynamic damage.
That's all right. You're coming here using those $5 words, trying to show off, Mr. Thesaurus. Not tonight, buddy.
There's a syllable quota.
Just, anyways. Yeah, everyone's running pretty tight so far. Oh, a little bit of glitching in the back row there, or did somebody just drop out?
Sometimes if you see a car blinking, that just means they're having internet issues.
Yeah.
So that will. It's usually not too bad. You know, the internet does what internet does.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, we're thinking about you, Hemi. I don't know what's going on there. Like I said before, the Hemi camp, but thoughts are going out with them. He couldn't make the race tonight. It sounds like something bad happened. So.
Oh man.
Not fun to hear that.
No.
He's been pretty consistent out here last couple of months.
What are you saying? Then after coming back for not racing for a while too, right? It'd be nice to have him back in the league.
Well, even the games too. A lot of these guys were in a racing league before this game was even released. Like if you're playing NASCAR 97 or NASCAR 4 or whatever they used to be called back then, there's always been racing leagues. Both lines at the front of this pack, about 6 rows deep, and then it turns into 3 wide. Because, why not go 3 wide? That's
Absolutely.
what Talladega is built for. Currently focused there on the 9, and Chris Elliott crossing the line around 11th. What position is he in? 22nd place? No. 12th. Okay, it's just updated twice. He went from 11th to 22nd and then back to 12th. So that was strange. But it can happen because everybody, especially right here, this is fantastic. These guys are running 3 wide, like right in the middle of the pack. Like, you could be in 8th one lap and then 15th the next, but still be in the same spot.
No kidding, right? It's just the shift.
Well, like, to put that in perspective, let's say here, the first from position number 1 to 27 are less than a second away from the leader. So last time by the stripe, Greg Palmer was leading, and Mike Mangialardi in 27th place was 1 second behind him. So 27 trucks between him and first and less than a second gap. We have issues in 2 different sections of the track. This is an absolute catastrophe.
This is, man, oh man. I'm trying to keep this PG, so holy smokes. Some silly goose out there just caused a big old wreck. We got an engine out. Somebody's got an engine going. Who's that? All right.
Who's smoking? Oh man, that's Larry D. Brand new driver. I've never seen him before. He's definitely got engine problems.
We still got at least half the pack that's unaffected, it looks like.
Oh man, see what I saw there in the replay. If you can rewind it and find me a timestamp, I'll go back and pull it up.
Yeah.
There was a slight issue like in the 3rd row from the front. And then the camera angle switched for me as that issue was happening. Another issue happened near the back. So there was like a mid-pack accident and a front row accident. Both happened at the same time.
Oh, no way. All right, I'm just trying to dial in this on the replay here.
Everything went up in flames, unfortunately. So I don't know how long Larry D is going to be able to drive around smoking the place out like this.
Okay, 1 second. It was around the 8:15.
8:15. All right, we'll pull that up.
It's right when it first happens there. Right at the front of the pack is where the first one happens. I can't see. I'm in the helicopter mode. So you see, he glitched out. And then he glitched back in. Looks like it was an internet dip. And then it all just kind of went from there. Unless I was just on the replay. There was but it appeared that he was gone for about almost 2 whole seconds.
Right. So the front, actually it was the front row. It was Billy Allister on the high line. Some reason the truck just turned sideways. That might have been like an internet thing. So as that accident was happening, I wonder if somebody in the back saw the smoke. Yeah, it was a checkup situation.
Oh man,
that's all. That's going to eliminate a couple of cars, unfortunately. Oh man, there's trucks flying through the air. There's Nate did about four barrel rolls and end over end.
Yeah.
You know what we got to do?
Oh, no.
On Tarnation TV, it's a Tarnation TV tradition. When a car goes end over end, we ride cockpit view and see what it looked like.
I think so. I mean,
sorry, Nate.
But the question is, which cockpit? Because the one where I freeze framed it, I counted about 4 with the tires up.
I know.
Number 26 on its side, about to go over with the tires up. But yeah, I see a lot of mufflers here, bud.
Yeah. So we're in the cockpit of 079. Yeah, there's a lot of tore up trucks out here. Unfortunately, Mike Mangialardi, looks like he's smoking black. That's engine damage.
That was quite the scene.
Yeah, quite the scene indeed. And we'll go back live racing here now.
Yeah, just switching back there. Now, hopefully we didn't curse that. Who was talking about that before? Last couple of races were green flag races.
Yeah. And then that accident there, that affected.
That's some bad voodoo there.
Yeah, that is. So currently looking at the statistics. Actually, I can put them up. Current standing screen right here. Right there. The viewers can see at the bottom there, it says that Mike Mangialardi had to retire due to an accident. Nate Balser is out with an engine camshaft. Branstetter and oh man, kicking the door down. Keith, what's going on, buddy?
What is happening?
Oh, hey. Wow, dude.
What is happening is right.
Yeah, that was crazy, man. That was just wild. The dang, looked in my mirror, man. They was cars 20 feet up in the air flipping, it looked like.
So we looked at it from a couple different angles, and there was an issue on the front row where Billy got turned. It looked like maybe a checkup mid-pack. So there was kind of two accidents happening at the same time, which combined, I deem that being the big one. Where were you in all of that?
I was right in the middle of it. I was right behind Larry Wyndham, me and him, and it was behind us, though. We cleared it. We didn't, it might have started in front of me. I'm not sure exactly. I just know that I saw smoke on my side, and then I looked in my mirror, and it was mayhem.
So you got all that with
I'm no damage.
No
I ain't got a scratch on the truck, no.
That's fantastic news.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So what's the plan the rest of the race? Is obviously just keep doing
I want to just ride and keep this truck clean, try to stay out of heavy bumping. Bumping ain't going to get you nowhere right now. You might get up there and be in the top 10, but until it gets down to 20 laps to go, dude, I'm going to take care of this truck.
Right on, yeah. Sounds like a plan. Anybody around you there that you work with on the regular, or are you just going to try to find a spot?
I am going to just settle in, try to stay in the top. I'm going to try to stay in the top 10 and run the inside line if I can instead of the outside. It seems like the outside's where you get swept up.
Yeah, that's always the discussion, because I love that high line because you don't need to lift as much, but you have nowhere to go if something like that happens.
These trucks, they do push, man. I mean, they do. You can run the CTS physics and anything else, and they don't push as bad. But in trucks, they push up in the turns, and they also move around in the heavy traffic a little bit. So you have to really hold on and hold your steering wheel tight.
Nice. Yeah, it is cool how the way that the model is shaped, how the aerodynamics must somehow affect it. They draft a lot better, too.
Thank you for what you do hosting us for, buddy. I appreciate it. And the 88 Mod Series is going to start the first practice race this Wednesday night on the 22nd, hosting at Daytona RTG. And the next following week will be our... Anyway, we're going to have lots of races on Wednesday nights. We might even televise one here for too long, but that's how it goes.
That's over here at Talladega Nights, guys. So
at Talladega Nights.
We got to wrap this up. Any shout-outs there, Keith? We're ready to go green, buddy. You want to say hello to somebody real quick?
I'm just hollering at everybody in my Black Hawk Down family hello, and to my family at home watching. God bless everybody.
Rock and roll, Keith, man. We'll be watching, and keep that thing clean. So far, so good, man.
And keep an eye out for any balloons in there.
Yes, well, 100%. Hey, you know what? Nate got pretty high up off the track there. He was flipping end over end. He might have been trying to go after one of those things.
That's fine.
Thank you, buddy.
Have a good race. Good luck.
I went back and rewatched that replay there where I was looking. I must have had a bad camera angle where I thought there was one of the cars had glitched out. Upon further review, it didn't happen at all. It was just a bump, just a little. I don't even know if that was the initial hit when 88. It was like 88's front right into the door of 26 on the driver's door, and I don't know if it was just a bump in the road or just a little hiccup, and that's kind of set the whole thing off. But yeah, earlier I had said it looked from the one view that I saw that they had glitched out, but I think that was just a bad faulty camera angle because that wasn't in fact the case at all. There was no At least on the closer replay, there was no visible glitching. So
Yeah, and it was just like an accordion effect. Everybody just got caught in that. And,
right.
Keith
Well, you're
was
saying 27 spots, 1 second apart. That's gonna happen.
That's exactly. It's funny how we talk about stuff like that, and all of a sudden, bam, there it is. Where are you going to go? Keith, lucky to be in the right spot. Oh, you know what? Was it? Pat McCarskey was. Oh, is he still in here? Let me see. Yeah, because Pat, like you said, he's driving for Tarnation TV, Talladega Nights, and the Wounded Warrior.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have a close-up of that one.
The black and gold 0 Pat McCarskey there. So let's see which one he's got multiple paint jobs. So let's see if we can check this one out here. Bar chase, rear chase. Yep, he's got a lot of different paint jobs, and they've all got the same kind of sponsors, all in different spots. But yeah, Pat McCarthy is 0, a regular at Talladega Nights, every day of the week, pretty much. Rodney Sullins, let's focus on him in a black rifle coffee truck, the 38. That front pack, staying in line. Straight lines are faster than trying to race guys, especially this early. Unfortunately, that accident just seemed like there was just no breathing room.
No, it was very claustrophobic at that point. Everyone was driving so nice and clean, right? And it literally, like, watching what happened, the slightest of bumps, right? But at the speeds, it doesn't take much, I suppose.
No. On screen here now, I'm going to put a graphic. That Wednesday series, the DWI series with the Aero 88s, the 1988 mod of the old school NASCAR stuff. And Keith was saying he runs that, and it's practice session starting next Wednesday. So if anybody wants to get in on that thing, let her rip. Of course, you're watching Talladega Nights Fast and Furious Truck Series on Friday right now. Tomorrow we'll be doing this again with the Shake and Bake Series 2. Monday, fun time with Back to the Future Series. They just run random tracks. And Bob Sire runs Gearhead Dirt Series on Tuesday. So it's definitely a lot easier for Jeffrey when Bob and Keith want to come in and take care of their own series.
Absolutely, right? Well, that's a lot of work for anyone to do.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you got there's Jeff, there's Chris, there's Bob. Then you got the admins like Keith and who else up there? Ken Roberts and Gary. Just helping these guys on the track. Certain things can happen on track where you have to clear black flags and stuff like that. So pit fuel window. We were scrubbing through that replay there last time, and the drivers did pit. Everybody has pit. That caution happened at a time where everybody would just come down, probably get a fresh set of tires and fuel up. The pit window here this evening is a little bit different because they're running a three times multiplier.
Burning through that fuel a bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Tires as well too? Is the whole thing, everything is amplified or just the fuel?
Everything is amplified, but this version of Talladega, it doesn't chew tires.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they could, there's things I believe when they create the track and stuff, and this track runs a little bit cooler.
That's all right.
That's how they make the dirt series work. The tracks are super cold. That way in the dirt series, you can drive it sideways.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and not destroy your tires. Because the game was never designed with dirt tracks. So they had to kind of make it work,
That's smart. That's that's really smart. Yeah,
like if you race it.
No, go on. Sorry, I was just thinking about that. That's just a change in the temperature affects the traction, of course.
Yeah, and in a dirt track, when you drop the car on the track, and if you push F4, it gives you tire temperatures. It starts at like 120 degrees Fahrenheit. As you race, your tires get colder. It's like they go down to like 60 degrees because you need to be able to drive sideways and slide it around.
Yeah.
So they were a little bit lenient on the design of this track too. It's not a tire race; it's a fuel mileage race.
That's fair.
I tend to burn the right front off a little bit more racing here at Talladega.
Okay.
You can drive it a little bit harder into the turns, and that will affect your right front tires. But you really only see these guys change tires maybe once. Wear a little bit, but not a lot.
Fair, right? So, I mean, for a 47 lap race with some of the shorter lap ones, right? Say you wouldn't be going through even one set, maybe an outside tire at best, or you put on at least a pair, right? But,
yeah, and like I said, it does hinge a lot on the track too. Super speedway like Talladega, that you're not really going to come down to a blowout. If you run your tires, say at like Dover, you can burn them right off the car, or they'll actually explode. If you need to pit now for tires, and you check your tires and they're flashing red, you're probably you can't control the car. It's all over the place, you know. But that's the glory of this game. Currently focused on Bob Dixon in the 43 STP truck. I said truck, not car. Congratulations to me. So many times I'll just say car. We'll move through the field a little bit here. You can see that in the front we've got Greg Lovell. Behind him, Rodney Sullins, Greg Palmer, Ken Robertson, Bob Dixon. With Dan Lovell in the 388. Denny Carroll behind him in the 41. Keith Bynum behind him in the 63. 711 of John Godfrey has returned. Seen a lot of John Godfrey out here now. Mark.
Yeah.
Keith just got pushed out of line, so he's now, is that Keith? Yes, it is. Keith got pushed out of line down to the bottom, and he's got no help.
Oh, man. I was just watching the back here. It's nothing, no one's making any huge strides, but consistent. But breaking from a line to two lines, but nothing, nothing's afoot. But clean, straight racing back there, so you know what? That's as much you could ask for after what happened already tonight.
Yeah. Keith looking for some assistance. It looks like these guys are lining up to pit, possibly. I just noticed the main pack shifted to the bottom line.
Yeah.
So they are lining up to pit. We will do another crank it up because I want to get inside the truck as they gear down and make that 200 mile an hour speed limit down to 55.
Right. Melt the brakes off.
Oh man. And you got to hit it. You got to get pretty close because if there's speed, you'll get a black flag and you got to serve it. Penalties in this league, you got to serve them. So.
Yeah, then you're done for.
Yeah. Especially if it's under green. Yeah. If it's under green, it's a big problem because it's going to be either a drive-through penalty, so you have to drive through the pits, or it's going to be a stop and go. So you drive through the pits, you stop in your pit stall, and they hold you for 10 seconds. It's even worse.
Right.
I believe a speeding penalty under green is just going to be a drive-through, which is horrible at Talladega because, I mean, it's by yourself out here. 180 miles an hour, but in the pack.
Oh, we got a bump at the back of the back here. I didn't see who that was. 1 second. It looks like 740. Just got bumped by 1 minute here. Switch vehicles here.
They're hitting the pits.
Yeah, they were just pitting and one. My mistake. Sorry, I'm just trying to get back to that camera there. I think 740 tagged the back. I don't think the guy in front of him stopped short, but I'm just gonna go back and replay that and see. Because I was in the wrong.
Let's do another crank it up. We're gonna go inside the cockpit of Palmer and crank it up, and we'll be quiet, and this should be pretty cool.
Cool. I'll cue up that replay and see what happened exactly.
So you're saying upon further review, the 740 of Michael Moore was on his way into the pits, and did he get hit, or did he do the hitting?
So I'm just watching here right now. So I'm following number 60, and okay, yeah. So 740 slowed down. 60 was coming in a bit hot on that. In my opinion, we probably have to go to the judges. So I don't know, spit about nothing. But hey, the initial looks like, at first I thought, okay, yeah, I'm just going to back this up a moment, just like Howie Meeker said. So back that up one more time here, because I'm going to get the full angle here. So yeah, he's coming in there. Yeah, so 60 locked it up, tags 740 in the back. I think 60 was just probably a little bit hot for where he was on that pit, and maybe not prepared enough for the speed to be coming in there.
Yeah, some guys will do what they call a hot pit. Well, the speed limit's 55, but you can kind of hit it at 65. If you're hard on the brakes, the game won't give you a penalty.
Gotcha.
So that's maybe what Perry was doing.
It spun him out, but looked like there wasn't major damage, so he'll be able to correct and get to the pits.
Yeah, and it looks like they're both still in the lead lap. The 60 of Perry Bond currently running in, 19th and 20th or so, and Michael Moore in the 740 currently clocked at 23rd position.
Yes.
But yeah, when you're scrubbing the replays, if you click on your little arrow buttons, the arrows without the line, the one obviously far to the left is the fast forward, and the other one's the rewind.
Gotcha.
So yeah, the second one in from the left and the second one back from the right, those are your fast forward rewind switches. Real-time scrubbing.
Nice.
And the more you click them, the faster it goes. I think there's 16 stages of like how fast you can rewind, so it's pretty sweet. If you need to go way back, like a whole lap, you can just click multiple times, and it'll rewind.
Pretty intuitive. Then is there a drone camera that's is that a mod that's been done by anyone? So you could just move that camera wherever with like thumbsticks instead of a.
Yes, it is a mod that has been. It's created. Oh, funny you ask. If anybody's interested,
I'm a console player.
Yeah.
So I'm more used to that. I'm trying to find a replay with my fingers and the keys and this trackpad mouse, and I'm pulling my last 3 hairs out.
Exactly. It won't. It's called FreeCam. That's the name of the mod, and it's a little utility that runs behind the game. It was created by a fellow driver, Tyler Mallon.
Nice.
And it only works in replay mode.
That's perfect. That's all I need it for.
So, but not for me in a live race. Not awesome. In a live race. You can't use it right now. You'd have to save the replay and go back later. So it comes in handy for.
Okay.
Yeah, it comes in handy for making replays.
Gotcha. Well, that'd be handy to have. Just to give a little more freedom with the some of the replays, or just get a little bit of a better angle sometimes.
Here's a question for you.
E.
Who has the best lap this evening?
Rusty Wallace. Oh, this evening. Oh, sorry. Hold on.
Ever. Yeah.
Ever.
That's actually right. We checked it out yesterday. What was it? It was crazy speed. It was an average speed of 216 miles an hour, and Rusty Wallace did it in like 2002 or something.
Yeah.
At Talladega Super Speedway. It's wild. But anyway, this evening, so far, the best lap at 47.9 second average around here, 199.5 miles an hour, held by Pat McCarskey in the number 0.
That is pretty fast tonight.
Currently rolling in the 19th position behind Gary Mingus. And then we have Huntsbury, which I believe his name is Ken. Yes. And then behind him, Perry Bond in the 60.
My stats aren't working, so I'm glad you're able to pull that up. I've just got blank menu under all the laps there. But anyways, as long as you got it, that's good.
Yeah, I don't even know what you're saying. Something about something else.
Yeah.
What do you mean blank? A blank number where? What are you talking about?
Under the laps, where you're talking about the laps for the race. Mm-hmm. Happy hour qualifying on the race screen.
You mean on your replay bars?
No, I was just looking like in the standing in the entries on the main page where they got the race window. I was just looking under there. You were saying for stat times.
You're not doing full screen.
I just backed out for a sec to see if there was the other menu for this one.
Gotcha.
Anyways, all good. As long as you got the stats there, I wasn't able to pull them up. Is all I was trying to say.
Yeah, I've got a separate utility. All these separate utilities that run behind the game are fantastic. Peter Dinkin made the one that I've got the stats, and you got Tyler Mallon with the free cam, currently focused on the number 3 truck of Gary Heiser. He's following. Who's he following? Chris Hart in the 112. Another new name, Chris Hart.
It's good though. It's good to see the series keep growing, getting like new racers.
Yeah, it's
for
awesome.
a 20-year-old game.
Yep. I mean, he's not new. There's no way he'd be out here racing this good if he was new.
But new to the league though. You're saying though, right?
Yeah. Jeffrey does a lot of work. It's just basically spamming people's messenger boxes on Facebook and getting new drivers to come out, and that's fun. Yeah, his truck says number 12, but he's the 112. So the number 12 has already been claimed by Gary Mingus. It's a slingshot. Well, other than that first big catastrophe at the start of the race there, very good racing all the way around this track here now.
It is really clean. Couple lines in front. Oh, quick move there to get to the bottom of the track.
They might be lining up for another round of pit stops here. Currently, I'm seeing that it looks like we have 3 packs. First pack consisting of 11 cars. The next pack's about 5 seconds behind that. That consists of about 6 cars. And then there's another 4 or 5 car pack in the back. So we have different groups of cars running around here. So let's see here. We have pack number 1. Let's switch the camera here. Here's pack number 1, led by Ken Roberts. Pack number 2, led by the 56 of Jeffrey Elliott. Never heard of him.
Some guy named Jeff
in a pink truck that I painted. You're welcome. And
that's it. You painted the lobbies, didn't you?
I painted the 56 and the 510. Oh, wait, no. I painted a 510 car. I painted that truck. I think I painted Larry's truck. I can't remember.
Or you do more of the cars than the trucks?
Whatever anybody needs, I'll paint it up.
Yeah.
You want to ride in the cockpit of Jeffrey Elliott and crank it up and see what a pit stop looks like when you got 3 cars behind you? Trucks.
Might as well.
All right. Jeffrey's probably getting ready to go. All right, yeah, slow moving truck on the bottom. Who is that on the back straightaway? Is that the number 9? He just retired.
I think that would be.
Can you rewind that and confirm that?
Yeah, let me hop on that. That was number 9, you said.
That would have been Chris Elliott if it was a number 9 Doritos truck.
All right, let's
there's
back
also
it up here.
There's a 09, so I'm just looking for the regular number 9.
Okay,
Jeffrey, after that pit cycle, it looks like he came out all by himself, unfortunately. So he's currently being scored.
He was running low. Yeah, he was running in the almost on the grass there in the lower lane.
Is the truck running or is it like dead?
It's running. No, I'm just watching the replay back. He's driving it into the. He's slowing down, driving it towards the pits. Still running at this last point. Oh, then it's stalled out. Made it and it got sent to the pit, and it looks like it's. Yeah, he abandoned. So I don't know if the engine just gave out or what, but he was driving right up until like the end of the pit. So I'm not sure if that was just a replay hiccup or what.
That's weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he pulled over and he parked it. Currently focused out the back of the 388 of Dan Lovell. He's currently being scored in first place, 4 seconds ahead of a pack of about 7 trucks that, as you can see from this camera angle, are wasting no time catching them.
No kidding.
That just shows you how much speed more than one truck has.
Right. Oh.
And he's got no help. Everybody drove by him. Nobody gave him a push.
Yeah, he's moving around. Who's that?
High-speed racing out the left side of the 388 right there of Dan Lovell. Part of the entire Lovell family that comes out here and races a few nights of the week. Dan, Brian, and Greg. Speaking of Greg, currently leading that main pack. Dan has latched on to the back of that pack, though, the draft. He did pick up the draft. He's up to speed now, 198 mile an hour coming out of turn number 3 into the tri-oval section of the track. All these cars should be good to go to the end of the race. Fuel will not be an issue. I mean, unless I'm missing something, everybody has enough. Everybody's made the pit stop at least 3 times.
Yeah.
So that would pretty much set them all up to get to the end.
Yeah, at this point now we're 8 laps left.
Yep. Which reminds me that indeed we are, Brad. Which means if there is a yellow flag, it is raced back to the flag.
Okay.
Basically, how they operate here is if the yellow flag comes out, they kind of just freeze the field.
Gotcha.
This is an old game, which made before they froze the field. You had to race back to get the flag. The reason they stopped that, obviously, was because it was dangerous.
Right. People were racing back to get the flag.
Hurry up, don't stop. And like, you're just T-boning people. Like, it was a good move. Freeze the field when the yellow comes out. Done. But most of these online leagues will do that same thing, but when it's within 10 to go, which is a situation we are in now, if the yellow comes out, they race back. So
okay.
If we get into a situation where there is a couple cars a lap down, so they're probably about 3 or 4 laps of yellow if a yellow did come out. The checkered and the yellow pretty much could come out, depending how many laps remain, it could be for the win. And it would end. We don't want it to end under yellow, so don't crash, guys.
No.
Don't do it. Currently floating around in helicopter cam. That front pack is sticking together. I will not be leaving this front pack now that we are so close to the end of the race. Now it's a waiting game pretty much.
Yeah. It is, right? Yeah, five deep, and just like who's going to make the move, and
that's it. So you've got 4, 5, 6, 7 cars, trucks. Jeez, 7 trucks in this
series,
lead pack.
please.
Yeah, I know. Get your stuff straight, Donlin. So you got, I know. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I think I made a little button, didn't I? I did.
A little,
right
the
there.
bleep?
Boom. No, the commentators' names at the bottom of the screen. How about that, eh? Commentators Blaine Don and Brad Leckerman.
Oh.
I spelled Brad wrong. ASSHO. I shouldn't have spelled it like that.
There's only one S. My father was from France. There's only one S in Nassau.
But yeah, I'm glad to make your acquaintance.
Oh, happy to be here. Just glad to be part of it. I don't. Full disclosure for everyone listening at home, you couldn't figure out by now, I know nothing about this. So I'm limping my way through it. I'm learning though, and I'm enjoying what I'm learning so far. I'm a fan of this. It's I think it's more exciting when it's more people you know or like this. Then I'm sure watching racing would be fun, but for me, I enjoy this more just because the competition, everybody knows each other, and it's just it's cool to see this group of people carrying this on, right? So I'm more invested in this than I would be in actual racing, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, it's a lot cheaper. You can just hit reset if you crash.
Well, exactly, right?
Yeah.
The most expensive part of my home-based NASCAR would be the steering wheel that I purchase eventually.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing.
Maybe some pedals, of course.
Yeah. With this too, like, you know, and it's cool that we're in contact with all the drivers. We can talk to them. They're physically driving these cars. It's to me, it's weird watching a video game being played, like on Twitch or whatever. But the racing simulators are a little bit different because it operates the same way it does on television.
It absolutely does, right? But no commercials.
Smoke on the back straightaway. Oh, this is going to pull a yellow. Oh, no.
Go back and see if we can see what happened. It looked like he just kind of smoked out, but then
Alex on his roof.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, and this is race back. Greg just got, wow. John Godfrey, I was focused on John Godfrey because he got tangled up with Alex Moe, and that pack just split him like you're at an air show. So that'll be the end of the race. And it'll be Greg Lovell will be your winner. So we're going to go into replay mode and we're going to check that out.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see what in fact
that was
happened.
Unfortunate. Something happened on the back stretch. And I don't know who that was. Who's that?
Yeah.
That's Randy Waugh in the 21.
46 minutes and...
Yeah, I'm thinking it's a little bit earlier than that, actually. It's just coming out of turn number 2.
Oh, it could be. I was fast forwarding and then I'm trying to figure out.
Onto the back straight. Randy got hooked a little bit by Gary, but he's off the racing surface. He's out in the back straightaway on the lawn there. But then what I was concerned about was Randy's on the brakes, getting that truck stopped. But then he re-enters the track surface, or like the racing line, which could have caused a horrible accident, but everybody actually went around him. And then Alex, over here on his roof, which had nothing to do with Randy's accident, oh, okay. Not enough room there. Got to get a camera angle that actually works.
Yeah, okay, so we're at 45 minutes, 46 seconds.
Yeah, I'm at 46:10 here, and it's Keith Bynum going into turn.
All right, so
I believe that's turn 3. The truck slid up. We were talking to somebody about that too, how these things are a little bit more randy than the cars, and that shows right there where it's just a little bit of a slide job, but when you're racing door to door with a guy, very little. very little room to maneuver.
Yeah, he just a tap, right? Just that little bit. Oh man.
So lap number 47. I'm going to rewind this here again. Here, see if I can get. Sorry, trying to get Greg's finish. So yeah, he's running full speed right there at the line, and that'll be Greg's finish, followed by Ken Roberts and Mark Paglia.
And that was close between them. Those two, the last 10 laps before that was just.
Yeah, and that was a race back situation, right? So it was. But no, that's the thing with a race back situation under yellow like that. Anything that's going to get set up, like if the guys behind Greg, like if Roberts and Paglia were going to join forces and see if they could pass them, that would have happened coming out of turn 4 on the final lap. And then you're like, oh, all of a sudden we're on the final lap, and you can't really make it happen because they would have been anticipating that to happen a little bit later. But hey, man.
Yeah.
9 races are done, and Greg has a 4th win.
Yeah, that'll secure him firmly at the top of the series with that. I don't imagine there's any chance of him being knocked from first place.
No, especially now,
with this
even
win.
if he didn't show up in race 10, yeah, he'd still easily be in the championship. He's got enough points sitting at the top there now. The position doesn't really matter. Like going into the championship races in first doesn't really matter, but it definitely locks him in if something catastrophic happens next week.
And just some bragging rights too. Right?
Yeah.
Talking some smack, but like, sorry, what's that? I can't hear you all the way up here in first place. No, I'm sure he wouldn't say something like that, but you
probably not.
If you wanted to.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you all the way up here in first place.
Yeah, that's about it.
Good race though, man. It was
too
bad it didn't end in the green. That was getting to be exciting. I always like watching, especially when there's a pack of like 5 or 6 cars, you know, and they're all in line, and you're like, oh, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? You know.
Yeah, someone's gonna pull out. Like, it's anybody's game at that point. Race at that point, I should say.
Because that's my thing. Is like, I wouldn't want to be first going into the final lap.
No, that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah. How are you gonna block? You know, like they're gonna try their hardest to pass you. And that's the thing. If you're in first and you're just racing out your rearview mirror, trying to hold them all behind you, and then if they are going to pass you, multiple trucks are faster than one. So if 3 of them jump out, you probably won't be able to keep the speed, depending on what time they do it. But trying to focus on the 088 as there's his burnout, but there's too much smoke.
Yeah, take it easy there, Cheech.
Yeah. Oh, it's okay, man. I'll stop twice at the next one.
It's all right.
Ay, Corona.
That is some smoke.
There you go. Congratulations to. Whoops. Get the stats off the screen there. I'm going to save up the replay. As you get to listen to me type.
It's the beauty of live TV, Blaine. It's all the noises and...
Yep. The tactile. I think I typed in the date wrong. It's 2023. Whoops.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
I think maybe you need a louder keyboard. I think maybe you should get one of those mechanical ones.
Those are the bee's knees, as they say.
Click, 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 click. If not, I recommend a typewriter. See if that...
That's a good one. Pull out the old typewriter.
Yeah. Get some old-timey sound effects on there. Or just set your keyboard sounds to that to play through your speakers. Every keystroke is a typewriter.
I'm sure we can make it happen. So how was the first race, man? Are you digging it?
I love it, man. It's fun to watch. It's thanks for everyone for tolerating me and my my novice commentary. I'm trying to let Blaine do most of the talking because he knows so much more about it, but I'm excited to learn more about it, and it's just happy to be involved. It seems like a really awesome community, and yeah, just happy to be a part of something fun like this. This would be looking forward to this journey. What happens? There's right now. It's the man
Somebody's
himself.
smashing the door down. It looks like Bob Dixon with the factoids. Am I right?
You are correct. Mr. Dixon has arrived to the Tarnation Tower. It took a long time to get here, but we're here.
It's here. It does exist. Let it rip, Bob. Thank you in advance.
All right. Thank you much. Top 5 fastest laps. In honorable mention was Mark Paglia. In 5th place was Larry Windham. Larry did a 47.992 second lap. That's 199.534 lap 16. 4th was Randy Glafflin. Randy did a 47.988 second lap. That's 199.550 on lap 16. 3rd was Ken Huntsberry. KD did a 47.965 second lap. That's 199.646 mile per hour on lap 17. 2nd was Pat McCarsky. Pat did a 47.931 second lap. It's 199.788 mile per hour, lap 16. And the fastest lap of the night goes to Gary Heiser. The Heiser did a 47.810 second lap. That's 200.293 on lap 40, the only 200 mile per hour lap of the night.
Weird.
And
Yeah,
the most laps led was Greg Lavelle. Congrats on his win. Greg led 26, Ken Roberts 11, Greg Palmer 8, and Dan Lavelle 2. And that's your factoids of the night.
Yeah, sometimes it's weird. Like every driver gets a 200 plus mile an hour, and that's the joy of this old simulator.
Thanks, Bob.
Oh, yeah.
It's always a pleasure, man. We listen to these awesome factoids. We have to do it twice for the drivers to do it for the audience, but man, we appreciate it.
That's all right.
Great top 10 finish tonight.
I don't mind. It doesn't take but about a minute and a half.
Great top 10 finish, brother. Good job.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, thanks. Blaine, thank you for tonight's hosting.
No problem, man. Always a fun time. Curious though, how do you get the factoids?
That's a secret. Don't tell them.
I know. Yeah.
It's a secret, but I own a program that's called an analyzer, and
the
and
replay analyzer.
Yeah, and it shows what I'm saying plus more.
Yeah, right on. I forgot about that thing. I've never actually tried it. So yeah, awesome. The secret is out. Now we know.
Nope, you're going to keep it for me.
Oh, right. Sorry. Yeah, the mics were off.
All right. Might have to come up there and hurt you if not.
Your driver's Miata up there, so watch out.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll cut your tongue out.
We know people that can make people disappear. And it's like all of a sudden Blaine disappeared. What happened?
I got a guy.
Yeah. All right, bud. Thank you so much. I'll see y'all tomorrow night.
Right on. Thanks, Bob.
Yeah, man.
Good evening.
All right, good evening.
All right. Well, I'm still here. Brad and Blaine, I'm going to go grab your 3rd place finisher, which was Mark. Mark's got a lot of thirds this year, so let me go find that young man.
There it is. Mark Paglia in the 28. All my screens just went away. What happened?
Mine did too.
Just minimized everything. Whoops.
I'm here.
Hey, there he is. Mark, how are you, man? 3rd place
doing
finish
fine,
this
man.
evening.
Thank you.
Yeah, the couple gigantic wrecks early. Obviously, you got out of that thing okay, but there was a lot to compile. Did you get tangled in any of those accidents?
One of the very first, I don't know if that was the first one or the second one, but there was one of those was right in front of me, and I just happened to be able to get right through it. So, yeah, I got lucky.
Yeah, luck's, I think it's 50-50. You got to have luck, There's skill and luck.
Yeah, definitely. It, got to be at the right place at the right time sometimes. And, then there's those nights that you're in the wrong place at the wrong time. But it worked out pretty good tonight.
Yeah, is there, with your current standings here, I'm just pulling them up. I
think I'm 14th.
Currently at the end, yes, at the end of last week, the official results put you in 14th position, 81 points out of the final, or the final 10. So you're still there. It's going to be close.
I'm hoping this third place will bump me up a place or two.
Mm-hmm. Plus, a few of the drivers that are in that top 10 didn't finish that well today too. So that's also leaning in your favor.
Yeah. Greg Lovell, he ran a good race. So did Ken Roberts. The three of us hooked up, and we were flying there at the end. I really wish it would have gone green all the way to the end, because I think we could have had something for Greg at the finish line. Yeah,
that's what we were kind of talking about too, where you've got that line of cars, about 7 or 8 of you, and you're just staying in line. I'm going, this is going to be good, because Greg's in first, and it's a good spot to be in, but not, if all of you guys jump out, you can put them behind you. And then the yellow came out, unfortunately, at the wrong time, and just, there wasn't enough time to set anything up. But, the podium finish, can't complain about that.
No, not at all. Not at all. I got second last week. I think I got second the week before that, and the third this week. So it's helping me climb up in the points. And
nice.
That last 5 laps there, it's kind of like the calm before the storm. And Greg Lovell, he knew it was probably coming, and I don't know if he's happy about the yellow, but it worked in his favor.
Yeah, the yellows are going to be. Yeah, if it works in your favor, it's cool, but it's probably not the same as trying to actually hold everybody back. But that's how it crumbles, I guess, at Talladega. But any shout-outs you want to throw down before we let you go?
Yeah, just some good racing with Ken Roberts and John Godfrey and Greg Lovell. I mean, the 4 of us were up there in the front at the tail end. We were racing clean. That was a lot of fun to do that. And of course, all that Chris and Jeffrey and Bob Dixon do for us out here, I appreciate them.
Man, thanks for the kind words, man. I'm glad you've been racing out here, Mark. You bring a whole different level of talent, and it takes a long time to develop this type of Talladega talent, and that being at RTD for so long. So we'll get these guys. We'll all be up there. We'll all be across that line at the same time, I hope, someday. But, hey, man, I hope you feel better. A lot of people are sick, but so I want to say, man, I hope you feel better, and congratulations on your finish. And we're all going to give a prayer out to Bill Evans, Hemi. I'm sure you've seen him out here, number 33. So, Hemi, if you hear us, man, we all praying for you and your wife, buddy. So
yeah, absolutely.
Good job again, Mark, and hope to see you out here tonight, bud.
All right,
tomorrow night.
All right, thanks, Blaine.
Right on, man. Thank you. We'll see you.
Okay.
Have a good night. Mr. Mark Paglia. Hey, look, it's Ken Roberts in the 55 car.
Hey, Blaine, how's it going?
Man, we need a counter of how many times I said car tonight, even though these are trucks.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
Whatever. Anyway, second place finish. You're currently in second overall, so that pretty much will solidify your way into the championship round of 2. I guess there's 2 championship or 2 races. How should I say that? 2 races to crown the champion. 2 stages.
Races will crown the champion.
That's it. Yeah, so you're basically locked in now with that finish tonight. So what's the plan next week? You take a day off?
It's pretty much the same every week, really. I mean, just try to get the best finish as I can. And, it's a lot of fast guys out here. And so you just try to finish up towards the top somewhere and not on your top.
Yeah, exactly. That happened to Alex and Nate and a couple other guys, unfortunately, wheels up. But curious there, too, running in second with Mark behind you. all you guys in a straight line like that, what was the plan to get Greg if that thing went green? Like you were probably going to roll out there, and would they all have pushed you past him? What do you think would have happened?
Well, I don't know. That's, when the caution came out, I was actually looking at my F2 to see who was behind me, and who works with who and that kind of stuff. And I run with John Godfrey and Mark Pagula over at RTG. And so I thought maybe I could, those two might go with me. I don't know. And right when that happened, the caution come out, and I seen Mark dart to the low side, and I just didn't have enough time to get down there, but end up luckily still getting second. So.
Hey, Ken, I just want to chime in real quick. Congratulations on second place. And you are head admin here on Friday, Saturday nights. And what are we going to do with this 4-time winner already, Greg Lavelle or Level? I call him two different last names. Level. What are we going to do with this guy, man? He's tearing it up.
He's good, man. He's one of the best. So, when you go up there racing with them guys, you watch them like a hawk. And, you just try to learn from them. And if you get a shot to try to beat him, you're certainly going to take your chance. But, yeah, he's good, man. He's tough. He qualifies good. He races good. When he was behind me after that one of the pit stops, and he just leans on you. He's one of those guys that when he's behind you, you don't worry about it. You don't even look in your mirror. You just look out front and just keep on trucking.
Yeah,
you trust him to just do the right thing, eh?
Oh yeah, I mean he stays right on you, and he bumps you at the right places. He stays tight with you. Like I said, I'm looking in the grandstands and everywhere else. I don't even worry about the mirror.
Nice. That's comforting, man. That's really good. And you trust a guy that much where it's like, oh look, Starbucks.
Yeah, I mean. You do. I mean, when guys like that get behind you, you don't have to worry. I mean, there's a handful of guys that you truly trust behind you, and he's one of them.
That's great. You're definitely right about that. You always, when you have a comfortable guy behind you and a comfortable couple of guys in front of you, you can just ride and just do your job as what you need to do in line, and it goes pretty well, doesn't it, Ken?
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah. You just. It's pretty nice actually. So, and this race being with the 3X on, you're watching that fuel. You watch the fuel like crazy. The first half of this race is really setting up the second half of the race to make sure you're really good on your pit stops. So, because that's everything, especially with these green flags. I mean, I think we only had 2 cautions tonight, so it was a good race.
Yeah,
what is the fuel window on 3X?
13 laps, I believe,
13.
Right?
Yeah,
was it 13? Wow.
And it really put us right at the end, 13, 14. Really depends on if you run that mark to finish that race. So it was right on time with the fuel.
Yeah, the third pit stop in that, I had to stretch it because I was leading. Of course, you use a little bit more fuel. So I had to stretch it till, as far as I could, to make the last pit stop, good. So, and I think I finished with 2 laps to the good. So, it was a good race.
Yeah, that would have been kind of interesting if it would came down to a fuel run. That would have been kind of cool because I was trying to think of that. I'm like, well, I think we're close, but I'm not 100% sure what a 3X is. So now that I know it's Lucky 13, I'll be better prepared next time. I guess I could just get out there and drive a couple laps. It would tell me, but anyway, man, yeah, thanks for joining us again, as always, on the show here and talking with us. And Jeff, Brad, anybody want to say something to?
Well, let Brad ask him a question. There you go, Brad.
Yeah, no, it's just awesome watching you race tonight. I said I'm fairly new to this, so I don't have a ton of specific questions, but it's something else watching you guys all just race out there like bumper to bumper like that, and for the most part keeping it straight and clean. And yeah, it was a good race tonight, and I look forward to watching some of the Shake and Bake series, and not just watch, but now participate too, watching a bunch of them in the last while. So yeah, looking forward to being part of this community, and just thanks for having me, guys.
Well, thanks, Brad. Well, welcome to Tarnation TV. It's glad to have you.
I was really hoping, Brad, that you were going to ask him what his favorite color was, or ASL, or something like that.
Well, I was going,
I was thinking like,
I was trying to keep it professional. It's my first time on the internet, so I wanted to make it,
over here at Tarnation TV, we kind of joke a little bit, like, Ken actually has coloring books. He still colors, so, he has some little hobbies that we don't know about. But anyways, great job. Second place, Ken Roberts. Thanks for what you do here, man. Thanks for your talent, and congratulations, buddy.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Ken.
I'm good.
Thanks, Blaine. Brad.
Any shout-outs? Anybody you want to say hi to?
I probably all the people I know is in bed right now.
10-4. Well, listen, my head admin, I will see you tomorrow night.
10-4.
Well, I'll probably see you after this race because we got some reviews to look at. But yes, I'll see you tomorrow night on the track again. All right, Blaine, want to wrap it up?
Sure do. I was just going to say thanks again, Ken. It was always fun watching. We'll see you here tomorrow.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Ken Roberts, second place this evening. Of course, we have to talk to Greg again. Greg in the 088 machine in the 088 car. You got me?
Yep, got you.
Truck.
I said it again, didn't I? Car.
You just said car. You just said it.
Horrible.
Chevrolet Silverado, baby.
Yep. So now with 4 wins in the Fast and Furious Truck Series, are you taking next week off? Or are you going to show up and just, make sure you solidify that number 1?
I'll be here.
That's what I figured.
Nice. He's a confident man. He knows what's up.
Yeah, you can take the week off. You still be in the championship, but you know what? We're going to come out here and show how it's done. But looking in your review mirror at Roberts and Paglia, if that thing went green, were you thinking of throwing some blocks, or what's going through your head?
Well, I was actually talking with the 55 about that. I told Ken, I said, Ken, I don't know what to do here, man, because the field was just so mixed up behind us. I said, I don't know who's going to go where. And he pretty much had the same thought I was having. So we didn't know what we was going to do, honestly.
Yeah, it's too bad the yellow came out, because it was shaping up to look pretty cool, because there was about 7 of you guys in that lead pack. And coming out of turn 4 on that last lap, that line would have fanned out, probably 4 wide chasing that stripe.
Yeah, I won it because a caution come out, and it, into the race. If it had stayed green, I might not have won it. Mm-hmm. You just never know.
Yeah, every man for themselves. I mean, everybody's got friends out there until that last 400 yards.
Yep.
Well, he can actually take the championship off and probably still be the champion after 4 wins. So awesome job, Mr. Gray.
Yeah, I'm just as shocked as anybody else is for 4 wins, believe me.
Well, that was awesome, man. It was a great race. We had 2 cautions. I hate to see that first one, lap 6, 7 like that. But I don't know what happened. I was way in the back. I don't know if you saw me somewhere on the track, Blaine and Brad, but I was somewhere way in the back. But it's unfortunate, but it happens sometimes at Tally. It's it gets tied up there in some spots. But man, I thought all around it was a pretty good race.
Well, and that's the thing too. We're running the Craftsman Truck Series physics in the Shake and Bake Series and in the Truck Series. You've got 4 wins in the Truck Series, but you don't have any wins in the Shake and Bake. But you're sitting in 4th overall, so it's just it's crazy how it all kind of falls together,
Yeah, when that series started, I think I was still having issues warping.
Oh,
and I
right.
fell way back in the points.
Mm-hmm. And then it's the slow climb back up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, he can take his time because he's having so much fun out here on Friday nights with the truck. So, you know what? I did have a win over there on Saturday night. So if he wants to learn how to win a race, just have him give me a call. Give me a call sometime. I'll tell you my secrets.
I will have to do that. But race number 1, I finished 31st, 14 laps down because I was warping. Race 2, I finished
26 laps down. Race 3, I finished 31st. See, that's just because I was warping all those weeks.
Now they've got that internet.
Blaine, that's what I made him a full-time admin, because he's warping so bad. I just told him to stay in the back and become an admin. And so now he's doing both. He's winning races now and he's an admin. So at least I got something out of it. I got a good guy that can help me run these races. So thanks, Greg, for doing that too.
Yeah, man, no problem. Race 4, they fixed it, I think. I finished 2nd. Then I finished 3rd. Then 2nd. And then something happened, race 7. Finished 16th. And then 3rd again.
Wow. Yeah, it's crazy how much, because again, with the rules, if you start warping, you'd be asked to go to the back. And it's like, if this internet wasn't so inconsistent, like you look at those things, you can see when it got fixed because you're in the top 10.
Yeah, the ping all of a sudden dropped really low and kicking some ass.
And that was miserable, guys. 18 months of that garbage, man. And me on the phone with Comcast is chatting with them for 18 months daily for hours at a time.
That's like a part-time job.
Yep, and they finally got around and they got that stupid node split done. And it's been fine since.
So frustrating when you're paying for a service and it's that inconsistent, but at least they got it fixed up and we can watch you win these races again.
Well, he did have plenty of time to sit in his man cave, dust off his coffee mug, and I think the Talladega Nights coffee mug is that one, right, Greg? And, hang out with his Buffalo Bills stuff, apparel all over his room. So he's got a lot to do. He's good.
It'd be nice to have another mug sitting beside this one.
It might have a picture of a truck on it if this keeps up.
There you go. I'm going to let you guys finish this up. Great job again, Greg.
Thank you,
man, buddy. You got some tough competition out here, just saying how good you are. And man, it's nice. It's nice to see you win. And you went through a lot of, long time to get that fixed. And I'm glad you hung out. We kept you patient, and here you are, man. You're winning these things, so great job.
You don't know how many times I just about hung it up.
I FaceTimed them. Guys, I FaceTimed them at work and said, don't give up. I mean, I cheered them on, guys. So anyways, I'll stop talking. Good job, and see you soon, buddy.
All right, man.
Yeah, thanks, Greg. And like I said, congratulations, and we'll see you out here tomorrow driving a car.
I'll definitely be here.
Any shout-outs, buddy? Any shout-outs, hellos?
If the good Lord lets me be here. Yeah, I give a shout-out to Blaine and Brad here, man. Y'all do great. Shout-out to Tally Knots, BSR, Open Speedway, Fast, Frank Divens for my paint scheme. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow night.
Right on. Thank you, sir.
Excellent.
Have a good evening.
Looking forward to it.
And there it is. We're all by ourselves again. But that's how she rolls.
Exciting, quite an exciting race all throughout. I mean, it's never fun to see the wrecks, but it's fun to watch it.
It's never fun to see the wrecks, but it's pretty fun when they're that
I feel bad
massive.
I feel bad when, especially that you never want to see anyone wreck out of the race. That's never ideal, but it is a lot of fun to watch the carnage. Like, it's still just rolling over and sideways, airborne, upside down. Like, there was some spectacular crash. That big one tonight, that was something else.
That's the thing with this thing too, is that in NASCAR racing, all the games that Papyrus made up to 2002, I'm pretty sure the cars never left the track. This was the first game and last game, unfortunately, but they made this game as the moniker Papyrus Racing Simulation. NASCAR Racing 2003 season, I'm pretty sure, was the first game where when accidents happen, cars could leave the track. So you just started getting these spectacular rolls and flips and cars flying through the air, where before they would spin out like crazy. There'd be a lot of smoke, but they would never get up into the fences and stuff. So, we're spoiled rotten with this thing.
It was, like I say, it's too bad, but at the same time, it was an event to see. So
yeah, Yeah,
got your money's worth tonight.
Yeah, unfortunately for a couple of the drivers, with the newer drivers here, the different names that we were seeing, a couple of them actually got hung up in that, which is too bad. That's not a good first impression, but it was a full field, 36 cars.
As clean as the racing's been this season too, right? You said like the last 2 races, green flag. Was it not, or more?
Yeah, they said something in the last 4, 3 of them ended under green.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. So yeah, that was like, so it's one of those nights. Somebody gets a little bit loose, and what can you do?
Yeah, you just hold on and watch us in the broadcast booth lose our minds.
Yeah. Oh, back that up. Let's see.
Gracious me! Oh my gosh! Yeah, Jolly gee Willikers, what is going on back there? The whole field wrecks.
Rocking this. Yeah, trying to go PG-18, not offending anyone, but my goodness, this is salacious.
It's the thing too. Like, we focus on the cars that are crashing, but I probably should have gone back and tried to find the car that got through it.
That got through. Honestly, that's. I think we're going to have to maybe do like a best of. Maybe go through some of these races and pick out some highlights for end of the season. And like that one, there's got to be a few all stars that thread the needle in that storm or more, right? Like, it's still half the pack was. Almost half the pack was racing after that.
And I've done it too. I've been in races like that and somehow found my way through it. You'll go from 27th to 6th. Well, it's like, how did I not even get hit? That's the great thing with Talladega, though, and especially on the back straightaway, it's paved all the way across, so you can drive the car down there, and it's not like you're going in the grass.
But the whole thing is that everybody is, like you say, 27 cars in a 1 second span, and everyone's like literally bumper to bumper. As soon as anything goes on there, there's racing skill, but that initial, there's just nothing but luck, depending on which way the cars are gone. Other than maybe because all of a sudden it happens. Like, I don't think it's humanly possible to react when your bumper is touching another car. Basically, you're riding his bumper effectively, right? And then all of a sudden something goes sideways. You may be like a half second after, but there's still I don't think physically there's enough distance to be able to react if there was something like visually that occurred. Like, oh man, he just got hit, and I'm going with him, because I don't think there's the reaction time. I don't believe would be there, even with the most superhuman of, even a Tesla couldn't avoid that stuff, right? All the cameras.
No, yeah. And that's it. Like, when you see, and that's what happened in that initial wreck, because the turn, Billy Ellister's car, when he went sideways, everybody behind him, which is 30 other cars, they see smoke. So then you gotta try to judge what to do, right? So you're gonna lift a little bit, but like you say, when you're getting pushed, like literally pushing each other down the straightaways, if you lift a little bit, now it just caused that secondary accident and just turned into an absolute tornado of scrap metal rolling down the back straightaway. But like you say, it's unfortunate, but it does happen. And I haven't seen, I've been racing and calling a lot of these races. I haven't seen a wreck that bad in a couple months.
No, that one's I think that's worthy of its own. Not just the victims, but the heroes of that accident as well. Congratulations to you, fine sirs.
Your first race, and that you get one like that.
Yeah, I simply don't have the dexterity to maneuver my way through the replay cameras like I would have liked to. So I kind of fumbled my way through it, but I'm like just trying to get bits and pieces of all the crashes. I mean, there's all the options are there, but like, where do you trying to find the one car to kind of fixate on? That's why I was asking if you had that drone mode, because I'm like, I could almost use to have something like that where with my thumbsticks on the Xbox controller, I can just kind of move around and watch it in like a real time. But it doesn't sound like that's not a possibility at this point.
No, it's a possibility once you've saved the replay and it's not live. It's tough to pull that off. But yeah, it's definitely replay worthy. But yeah, man, you coming back tomorrow? We'll do it again.
Nope, that was enough. I tried it and it terrified me. So thank you, but nope. And best of luck.
Game over. Thanks for the memories. It's been a slice.
I was promised I would get some punch and pie.
Oh yeah, exactly. We did not.
It was like a $5 Subway gift card for hosting this. Was that what?
It's like we walked over to the Tarnation TV buffet and it was an absolute piece of garbage.
Yeah, he's like,
So
I'll buy you a gas station hot dog if you do this podcast with me. I'm like, what?
Don't slag gas station hot dogs.
Hey,
sometimes
they are the gift that keeps on giving.
You know what?
You just taste them all night and all next day, and you just keep tasting it.
People make fun of them, man, but sometimes they're so bad they're amazing. I'm like, these should be worse.
I've been that hungry. I've been there.
Me too. Yep. I've been working and been like, you know what?
That's one thing. Hey, look at how hungry I am. I'm doing your show, so this is how hungry I am. I'm gas station hungry, hot dog hungry.
Gas station hot dog hungry. With a Kool-Aid and a Snickers bar. Breakfast of champions.
Yeah, hold on. I might have a coupon for that.
Ooh, now we're talking 2-for-1 coupon.
Yeah.
You know, if you grab another one, that's only 33 cents. Wow, you're twisting my arm.
Right. You want to fun size that? Sure, why not?
Well, who would say no to fun? Let's be honest.
Right? Can't hate fun.
No. Anybody who hates fun's not allowed to watch this broadcast.
Right? If you hate fun, sure as heck, don't click on that like and subscribe button if you're still here.
There you go. Oh, man. Well, I'm going to bed, and you got to go probably play Fortnite with your kids.
That's it. Time to go be a responsible parent and play video games with my child.
That's it. So, yeah,
I'm
man,
coming.
Thanks for watching Tarnation TV's broadcast. Race number 9 of the Fast and Furious Truck Series here at Talladega Nights. Join us again tomorrow for the Shake and Bake Series, race number 9 as well. They did that on purpose. And my name has been Blaine.
I'm Brad.
And have yourself some good mosh pitting. Keep your stick on the ice.
And if you don't know, now you know.
I turned the mics back on. Let's do it. Yeah, it's from the Transformers trailer. So yeah, so do it again. Keep your stick on the ice.
And if you don't know, now you know. Transformer movie trailer.
Possibly the greatest trailer of all time. We've had many discussions about that weird movie trailer.
Yeah. But, no outrage. Maybe there's none deserved, but how? How did it get made?
I don't
in this
even
day and
get
age.
It makes no sense. They could have done literally anything else for 2 seconds, and it would have maybe been noticed.
All you had to do was not do the one thing that you did. Why? Why?
Yeah, that's a great way to say it. All you had to do was just do the one thing that you didn't do, but you did it anyway.
Yeah, you just had to. You had to do anything but that. You had to literally anything but there's like a million things. Just the world, endless possibilities of what you would have done. But here we are. Watch it. Click, comment, subscribe, like, smash. The show slaps, and all the other words that kids like to use. It is also fire symbol emoji and hashtag yeet.
Oh yeah, I hate that word.
No, I know.
How dare you?
It doesn't. I'm using it ironically, so it's okay.
Oh, I get you. Yeah.
I just use it to make
a character in a movie.
I use it to make the kids cringe.
Yeah,
because that's what dads do.
Yeah, that is a full-time job.
We appropriate their slang and use it in terrible ways that doesn't make any sense at all. I just like to butcher it.
And think that we're funny doing it when you know it's cringeworthy in their eyes. Mission accomplished.
That's a certain sense of pride that it warms my heart.
All right, man. I guess we should wrap this up. We'll see you guys here next time on the show. Subscribe if you want to see more. Notifications, thumbs, everything else is there. If you want to do your YouTube thing, feel free to do it. Like I said before, if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy and keep your stick on the ice.
Internet and maybe on music streaming platforms.
Say that again, dude. Sorry, I hit the mute button by accident.
No, that's all right. And also, thanks for tuning in, and be sure to check out Rise of Dissension on the internet and or possibly music streaming platforms. I don't know if they mess with that, but you know what? Look them up and find out, because you should. Thanks for tuning in. Stick on the ice like he said. Keep on keeping on, and say hi to your mom for me.